Hey everybody, Nathan here with Sampson Farms, and today I'll talk to you a little bit about dogs and livestock. As most of you know, dogs are the #1 predator of livestock, and unlike most other predators, they belong to people. Usually irresponsible people who just let them run. They think the country's a great place for dogs to run around, when in all actuality it's the worst place to let dogs run around, because they cause damage. And we're going to get into that here in a minute, what damage they caused. I know I'll probably hear some people say you should predator proof your livestock habitat. Well, this pasture that was attacked in is fenced with American wire, or field wire, whatever you call it. Usually there's donkeys in here. They usually stay to themselves. There's horses in here, and they stay to themselves. And I'm standing next to our beautiful pond, right? And I'm looking at all the signs, what happened, and all around this. And this dog chased Millie, one of our sheep, all the way around the pond. And I know this because I see tufts of wool pulled out all the way around this pond. So let's look at this. Not sure how well you can see that, but there's wool there. I've seen wool over here on the far side. There's wool right over there, and this is just the wool from where this dog was chasing Millie and Dottie. There's some there, there's some over there, all the way around. There's another big patch of it. Sorry if the camera's shaking real bad, but yeah, look, wool, wool, wool. Little piece there. Now, it's just enough to aggravate you. Now, love all animals. Some more than others, but I love them all. Usually it depends on their tastiness, how much I like them, or usefulness. Now here's the brunt of it. Look, you see that? That's sheep blood. Wool, blood, blood. More wool. More wool. Our little stud horse down here. Mini horse, but he's a good fella. What are you doing? This is where we found her and got the dog off of her and got him run off before anything could be done. But yeah, I do apologize. This video is just going to be a tad long, but as I'm walking around it, just to show, you know, the scope of the nature, I guess. But there's some oil down through there. So last night we got them back up here to the barn. Well, Dottie was already up here, but Millie hadn't made it up here, and she was limping pretty bad. And I haven't seen them since last night. So we walked around the pond, showed you where they chased them and all that good stuff. So now we're going to go check on Millie. And I see Dottie's head right now. And I'm going to show you what the dog did. It's not going to be pretty. I can guarantee that. So if you don't want to see it, I would advise you to scroll past it or turn this video off now. But this is the reality of having livestock and loose dogs running around. Here's Dottie. Hey, Dottie. And here's poor Millie. As you can see, or maybe you can see, he got her here. See, that poor girl. Deep cut there. Bit into her over here. Got her right here in the fat of her leg. That leg's definitely bothering her, but chewed her up all through here. Like I said, it's not pretty. And I know she's not feeling good. But the best we can do is doctor it. Like I said, it's not pretty. The best we can do is doctor it and hope that she makes it. So far, we're kind of lucky that she made it this long and didn't go into shock. Well, folks, this is a reality. This is real life. This is poor Millie. This is what happens. This is what happens when people just don't care what their dogs do. Stuff like that happens to other people's animals. And the people who own the dogs, most of the time, they're like, they just think you have to deal with it. It's your problem. You own livestock. But it's not our problem. It's their problem. It's not the dog's fault. You can't blame a dog for being a dog, now can you? It isn't their fault, it's their nature. You can try to train them, but nature is going to win. So, we got to keep an eye on Millie. Got to keep her doctored up. Make sure infection doesn't set in. Or we're going to lose her. That's the plain simple truth of it. That's life, isn't it? But, I ain't got much I can say else about that. I know it sucks. Makes me mad. The dog's still out there somewhere. I've warned all of our neighbors who have livestock of it being out and about. And that's all we can do, unless it shows up again. Now, I know this video is kind of like long-winded and long with me walking around the pond and things of that nature. But, I mean, it can be a serious issue. If you're a dog owner, please be responsible. You know, when you move, take your dog with you. Keep them maintained. Don't just leave them behind. And if you can't take care of your dog, just don't go drop it off in the country somewhere because, oh, it can run free. The country is the worst place for a dog to be running free. It's dangerous for them. They can't help it. It's not the dog's fault. It's their nature. And they cannot help it. I mean, we have a dog sitting right here. We call him Buddy. We have no idea where he came from or who he belongs to. Hey, Buddy. What are you doing? And Temperance likes this dog. He don't cause no trouble. He don't cause no grief. He's well-mannered. He's a good boy. So, but we have no idea where he came from. If somebody dropped him off. I've lived here my entire life, for the most part, and people just think it's okay to come out here and drop dogs. But it's not. I mean, it's not our responsibility to take care of your animals that you can't take care of anymore. Quite honestly, they're a danger to themselves. They're a danger to my livestock. And if it comes between my livestock and a dog, if the dog is actively chasing or actively attacking one of my animals, I will put it down. I've done it before. I know in this day and age it's becoming an unpopular opinion, but I don't care. Cattle are not cheap. Not that I have any. I grew up raising Black Angus. They're not cheap. And we're going to protect that investment. I mean, they're called livestock for a reason. It's stock. It's like stocks and bonds. They're an investment. Not always a monetary investment. No. As in a monetary investment for gain. Because you might not ever see the money you put into them ever again. But there's still an investment in your freezer. Your family's bellies. And they're an important part of your life. And I did get a comment because I posted these in a couple of groups on Facebook because I wanted to hear people's opinions, get their thoughts, get them thinking, things of this nature. Because this is a way of life for a lot of us. And one person made the comment like, well, it's not the 1720s. I'll just go to the grocery store if it's just getting 1 or 2 chickens. That's not the point. Have you ever calculated how much it costs to raise up one of those cute little fur balls, fluff balls, until, they're done laying eggs? I guarantee it's not just the $1 or $2 most people think of. Or a sheep. Sheep are an investment for some people. I mean, most everybody knows I'm an Army veteran. Got hurt in Iraq. I'm on limited income. My wife, she has her issues and she's disabled. So we have a limited income. We do well with what we get. We just have to budget and plan. Save our pennies for things we want to do, things of that nature. But it works out. God provides. We're getting ready to restrict our budget even more, but it's going to upgrade our life and make things even more efficient. If all things work out, it's for the best. I can guarantee that. Best for a lot of people involved. But that's the nature of things, and I just kind of wanted to harp on that. Maintain your dogs, people. Don't let them just run around. Keep them on your own property. And I'm not saying you just keep them pent up. I mean, a lot of dogs can be trained to keep them in the yard. And if you can, more power to you. If not, you're going to have to chain them up or pin them up. I know a lot of people don't like that because they think a dog should run free. But there's a good chance your dog won't ever come home if it runs free out in the country where a bunch of people have livestock. I know some people, they raise livestock as a means to get more income on the farm. Like my nanny and pawpaw, they raised a herd of cattle, Angus cattle, and they would put a couple in the freezer and they'd sell calves. It was money for them, That's how they made part of their living, other than him working, 40 hours a week and still managing the Angus farm. My parents, we raised horses. And if anybody has horses and they know registered quarter horses and things of that nature, they're an investment. We had animals to chase them and attack them, it can't happen. You get the Achilles tendon on a horse and what can you do? You can't do anything. The poor animal's as good as dead. And then you're out. Your money for your horse. Oh well. That's just my thoughts on it. I know it's a hard choice. And I've never liked doing it. I've shot a couple of my own dogs. I had one who, after taking out about 7 goats, I couldn't take it anymore. And had to put him down. I had one take out some chickens and couldn't deal with that anymore, and I had to put him down. So if I'm willing to put my own dogs down, just imagine, I'm not going to put up with your dogs. I've lost several goats in one night to just 3 dogs. In the early morning hours, dawnish type time frame, drove some of my goats into the pond and drowned them. But it is part of it. But moral of the story is, I have a duty to protect my animals, and I'm going to every time. Doesn't mean I don't feel bad about it, because I do know that a lot of them are pets, or were pets, and were loved at some point in time. But people just forget about them and abandon them. And folks, if you're going to take on the responsibility to have a pet, just take care of it. Take care of it like it's, one of your kids. Well, not so much that, but you know what I'm saying. I know on this platform I have a lot of like-minded people who follow me and watch our adventures and come to care for me and my family. So I just thought I'd put that out there. As always, God bless, and see you next time.